All right, I'm back. So you heard my commentary. It was just on a different mic and with the weird sounds in the background from the video, which are now silenced. So, again, I do apologize, but not too bad. Not too bad. Let's start round two. So yeah, as we saw, we're first round in. We're already facing some new cards. Force of Negation. Force of Negation. I don't think that probably won't create any deck building changes for Reanimator, but the meta changes in general might. And the one card Shenanigans, it's a funny name, might be an inclusion in Reanimator sideboard. All right, round two. Julian. Wow. We are hitting the grinder streamers today, aren't we? He's usually on a deck that doesn't play Force of Will. So we're going to keep this. And we're probably going to win game one. And then we're probably going to decide if he lets us see his hand, that's something. But I'm going to guess he won't. And then we're going to sideboard for... We're going to sideboard for... He has been playing Bomberman recently. So, and he plays Leyline and Elves. So we're going to sideboard a little bit. Like this. I don't love the Lake of the Dead plan on his range of decks, but it could be anything, especially if he's streaming right now. This is good against Bomberman, not very good against Elves. Could be good against Elves if he switched to like a crop rotation plan, which I don't think he would, but... Yeah, this is already looking like quite a heavy sideboard for an unknown, but let's go ahead and do it like that. Do it like that. Actually, with only one Cabal Therapy, we'll use... We'll use... what was it? Tidespot Tyrant. This music video got really strange all of a sudden. It's the Old Town Road. I've never... Alright, back to the game here. Full attention, other than this music video. We have an answer to Leyline. We have a discard spell. We have half of our combo. I think we keep it. Okay, no Leyline. Cavern of Souls. Human. Lotus Petal. Okay, so it is... Okay, we have an answer to that. It is Bomberman. He probably doesn't have a Containment Priest here. He could draw one. I'm gonna wait. Okay. I was afraid it might be like a Trinisphere or something. I guess they wouldn't play Trinisphere. Okay. Okay. Yikes. Sorry. One card. Hopefully we don't just die. We don't have Elishnorn in. Two cards. So he wouldn't have had Containment Priest yet. He could draw Containment Priest or Tormod's Crypt would be the two cards that would really seal the game up for him right now, as well as the combo. Doesn't look like he has that though. We are looking for Gristlebrand, obviously. We can draw 7 probably. If we find a Gristlebrand off of it, Exhume. Okay. I'm gonna unmask first, pitching an Exhume because we're probably not even casting one. Well, he only has one card. We can pitch unmask, I guess. Actually, that was a mistake because he could draw something next turn that might be relevant. He drew Containment Priest that turn. Okay. He wouldn't have tapped out last turn if he didn't have it here. If he didn't have it last turn. Definitely drew it. Unfortunate, but that's how it goes. Alright, so now we know what he's playing. We want to leave some of the stuff in. These cards are pretty good. That's not very good. Actually, I think we sideboarded basically correctly. I guess I was thinking Bomberman in my mind, so that makes sense. They don't play Leyline. This card's reasonable. This card's probably better. Well, yeah. It's kind of close. Almost want both, but Chancellor seems okay too. So against Bomberman, we're looking for a turn 1, basically. It's a turn 2. Turn 2 is not turn 1. Turn 2 with Wear Tear, but if he plays Tormod's Crypt, we're in trouble. If we Thoughtseize and see Tormod's Crypt and Chalice the Void, we're in trouble. We can loot and hope to hit a Petal or an Unmask. I think we loot, yeah. It's hard to mull this one, I think. Things could get quite ugly quickly with the mulligans when you already have like pretty close, but I'm not loving this hand unless we hit a Petal. Okay, well we hit the Unmask at least. And an Entomb. Okay. Okay, we're gonna pitch one Entomb here. Do like this. Get rid of this, because then we can keep the combo. He could Wasteland us, which would suck too. Containment Priest, Ancient Tomb, Bobble, 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 Bobble. Okay, we're taking Containment Priest and hoping he doesn't draw a Chalice of the Void. Or a Wasteland. Although if he Wastelands us, we have outs. Oh, come on. Alright, we need a land. That was the other card we needed him not to draw. I think we lose. If those were the opposite, if this was on top and this was in his hand, we would have won. That's not how it goes today. Basically, yeah, we needed to dodge Tormod's Crypt. Probably a 2 of there, and Wasteland. Do they even play Wasteland? I'm not sure. I don't think they do. And I think that's game. It's game unless what? Yeah. I guess it's game. Unless we draw, let's see, if we draw a land, we can go Dark Ritual 2. Yeah, I guess if we draw a... Oh, wow. What? Oh, he drew Containment Priest. Yeah, he drew Containment Priest here. That's pretty unlucky. This was very unlucky. Oh yeah, Chalice the Void too would have been good, but we had the answer to it at least. I mean, I guess we had the answer to Tormod's Crypt as well. Pretty much. Kinda. It's kind of the same thing. It was gonna take. We need a land and a turn. We didn't draw the land. But if you drew Chalice, we have other outs to it as well that also include a land, but he drew Tormod's Crypt. Pretty good draw step. Let's take a look at his list. Julian, 23. Let's see if he's 5-0'd with it. Yes, he has. Three Tormod's Crypts. Okay. So he had 3 Tormod's Crypts to draw there. Probably 2. I would imagine he leaves 1 in his sideboard to make Karns better than they would be if it's not in the sideboard. So his outs were 3 Tormod's Crypts, 4 Chalice of the Void. That's it. So, or 2 Tormod's Crypts, 4. So 6 outs there to draw off the top, or we probably just win. He does have Caracas, so we don't just win, but it's pretty much a win. Well, that's how it goes. I'm gonna go see if he's streaming. Doesn't look like it. He said he was gonna stream today. All right, round 3, here we go. No, we're on the play. On the draw, you just keep this hand. Play now. Yeah, no. Unmask, Looting, Entomb, Therapy. 12 outs. Go to 4 or have 12 outs? I think we keep it. 12 outs is something. Put that on the bottom. Play out a land. Pass. Uh-oh. Okay, so it's probably 4-color loam. Which is a pretty good matchup, but oh, it's depths, which is a great matchup, but again, this hand's too slow unless I draw a Looting or an Unmask. Okay, that makes more outs. Looting, well, it's the same outs, but it could be a faster, better turn. Okay. He probably shouldn't be tapping out. In case I feel like I should play around something, but maybe just putting the pressure on feels better. Okay. Sure. So we have one turn here. We need to draw looting, therapy. That was the new out. Looting, therapy, unmask, entomb. 16 outs. So we have a land on the bottom. We can thin a land. It's like the same. So we're just going to draw. And we got there. We'll see if we really get there, but we got one of the outs. Probably get there. Usually get there. From here we have a land drop as well. Just keep going. I need to combo more. Oh my goodness. Do all of the lands in the whole deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. And then the rest. Let's see, what can we do? Can't do much. I can unmask. Okay, hitting that's pretty good. Because that would have killed us. Actually, we're just dead here. Unless we... Yeah. We are just dead here. Because of that vampire, second Vampire Hex Mage. Alright. Well, we are dead. We didn't even hit any 2-mana reanimate spells. Otherwise, could have unmasked ourselves for something. Could have looted, but there aren't any outs there. We would need Petal plus Dark Ritual plus 2-mana reanimate spells, so looting doesn't do anything. He's got a Wasteland in hand. So the only out here is that he doesn't attack with everything. Actually, don't put that in your graveyard, because if he say we somehow get to the next turn, he can Bajuka Bog us and get rid of our Crystal Brand, and if the other one's in the graveyard, then we don't really have anything. But if we keep it in our hand, we can loot. Looks like he found the win anyway, so I guess it feels less bad. Although, usually when you draw 14, you can just win, but I drew 7 lands. Okay. Wow. Alright, bringing in 2 Thought Seizes, and that's it. And cutting 2 Therapies. And that's how I sideboard against Depths right now. On the play. I no longer bring in Archetype, because if you get a second creature, it's usually like a Tide Spot and you just win. I'm not sure. I should check the sideboard guide to see if that's updated or not. That's a very new way of sideboarding, I think. Popping it up right now. Having 2 monitors is pretty sweet. All right, let's see. Depths. Two Thoughtseize, 2 Therapy. That is exactly what I have for on the play. Yep, I'm still sideboarding the same way that it is on there. All right, we'll keep this. They need like a surgical that they could have anywhere between 0 and 3 of. Taking their sweet time, so Yeah, they have it. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, you just go for that there because otherwise you're mulliganing to try and beat crop rotation and surgical. If you're mulliganing to beat surgical there, you're mulliganing to beat crop rotation and surgical. So I always go for it, and I would say it works more often than not, because otherwise the matchup would be a bad matchup, and it's not. Not gonna concede, but I'm pretty much dead. So we have a land. We're gonna need a looting at this point to have a chance. It would give us like less than 5% chance to win here. Okay, they don't have land. And we drew a looting. So if we hit a reanimate, like we might actually be able to beat them. If they kept their hand based on that surgical. Okay. I'm gonna wait on this, actually. No, I'll do it now. Because otherwise they're just gonna crop rotation. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting that they didn't use it. Otherwise they were just gonna discard it, so. Considering they didn't cast anything last turn. Alright. Let's get a little lucky here and find a reanimate spell. Like next turn while they break one more turn. If they draw like a depths here, we can beat that as well. Okay. Now we probably lose. Because they get to play out the Hex Mage and then we're dead to any tutor. Basically anything. Even if we draw what we need here. I guess, okay. I guess if we hit an Ashen Rider, we have a chance. Or Tide Spout, but that's slightly worse because we don't have any spells. By hit, I mean like find a way to get one. Chancellor might be able to raise if we just draw a Reanimate. Or an Exhume, I mean. But we have to Dark Patrol here, probably. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think this is... This league was not meant for me to be winning. Okay. I'm not going to play out the land because they might cast a discard spell, which we know they have. Actually, they're quite likely to cast it. So if you play out their land, then they're not going to cast it. And then if you ever flashback a looting, they can get your spell. All right. Again, we need to Exhume. And maybe we can raise. All right. It's not looking great. Not looking great. All right. We need like back-to-back now. Reanimate spells and them not to have a crop rotation. I'm not gonna fetch because thinning's not that good. It makes it weird if I get like, I guess I would have to Ashen Rider this and then never attack. All right. All right, we lost. All right, next round. So, not winning, but that's how you beat that matchup. You go for it when you have the turn one like that, and because then they have to have surgical, and they have very wide range of hands that they would keep that include crop rotation and discard spells and things like that because they only play 3 surgicals usually, so they can't really mulligan to it when they have other cards that do stuff in the matchup. And then game 1 we missed on 14 cards, which, I mean, you guys have watched enough of the videos and played enough Reanimator yourself to know that that doesn't happen very often. Griselbrand does not fail you very often. It fails so very infrequently that people generally just concede to it. If it was any other deck, like, they would have just conceded, but he had the 2020 and outs to kill me, and I was dead on board. So, but yeah, Griselbrand doesn't fail with a land drop like that very often. It's kind of like ad nauseum failing out from like 18 life and Tess, the Epic Storm. Does it look funny if I like does it look like I'm watching the goats? I have to actually look up here to. It's like being a weatherman. Now I get it. They're always like. I think it's pretty funny. I bought a screen that's way too big for my room, but I managed to get it to work. There's a few spots that are kind of iffy because it's angled, but it seems to look okay to me on a small screen like that. All right, we are in the 1-2 bracket. Let's go. Let's go, opponents. Let's do it. Let's calculate our odds against Julian that last round. That's actually the first time I've lost to that deck. I've beat that, I think, 4 times and lost to it 0 times. Pretty sure. He had 6, no, he had 5 outs. 5, and he had, whoops. He had 53 cards in his deck. So he had 9% chance there to hit. So less than 1 out of 10 times he'd hit there. And we'd win. I'm not counting Crocus as an out. Even though it could have won. But it doesn't, it's not what stops us to get Griselbrand. Quite the long wait. I'll be right back. I'm going to be stepping just to the side here. All right, there we go. It's not the hand you want to clean up with. It's got a Chancellor and an Entomb and a Therapy. I think you keep this, though. It's not really like a cleanup hand, but it's missing a red source too. Maybe mulligan this one. It's close. So this one is like Entomb or cleanup or therapy. It's close. It's bad against the decks where you want to be fast. Yeah, we'll mulligan it. This is better. Put that on top in case they have a Thoughtseize. It's bad against Chalice, but not much we can do there. Dredge. Being on the draw against Dredge here is pretty rough. Because we just have to cross our fingers and hope they don't kill us on turn 2. Which they can do. I don't recognize this player's name, so I'm going to just try and hide a little bit of information here and hope that they don't feel hardcore pressure and they want to play around counter spells or something. Not that that would ever work, but for you guys it'll probably work unless they know you're on Reanimator. You want to do that so that they don't do everything they can to try and therapy this Animate Dead out of my hand. Alright, we're good. We're good now. They missed. They missed. We hit. We do that because we want to cast this therapy and more spells if we can. Without a pedal. If we don't find one, I mean. Okay. Kind of looking for a Chancellor here to stop them from getting crazy. If we could get Chancellor and Ashen Rider, that'd be pretty great. Draw again. Can't really kill us next turn. Okay, perfect. That's GG. Because we can do that now. Get Chancellor and Ashen Rider here. I'm assuming we have 2 mana reanimate spells. We do. So if they bring back something scary, you can just exile that and then flashback therapy. You don't really need the Ashen Rider other than to get rid of their lands. They can't do anything. As you see, I usually just assume I have the 2 mana reanimate spells because usually you have them. You don't usually brick that hard like I did against, what deck was it? Depths. So we'll see what they get back first. Probably get a Golgari Grave Troll. Because it's big. Because it's big. And then before I flash back the therapy, which I'll have to do off of a pedal, before I do that, I will exhume again. That way they can get their other thing. Alright, so they've got something here. Alright, that was a clever one of them, for them. They have 2 of those. No. Okay, so just flash this back, get this into play, exile the one that you care about. You can chump block the Grave Troll if that's what they get back. To get rid of this thing. This thing has Death Touch. I guess it doesn't quite have Death Touch. So you could actually just draw after the trigger. It does like a trigger of kill it, and then you could just draw because you've gained life. Because this has lifelink and this does not have Death Touch. It has like old wording. Old cards are worse than new cards in some aspects like that. Okay. I think I just pass now. Let's see. If they attack this, just take 1. Doesn't do anything. Let's double check though. So we can just flash back the therapy. Yeah, might as well. They won't be able to cast anything more this game. Just in case they didn't cast this for some stupid reason. It's the only card we'd care about. Name it. It doesn't matter. You just don't need to name something in their hand. I'm just messing around. My pants don't really work with this. So for some reason they get like the craziest dredge you've ever seen. You get 1,000,000 tokens. Yeah, I mean they couldn't possibly dredge enough to get more than a couple tokens with 1 Ichrid. You know, we can block this and I get another. So I get like 4 tokens with a good dredge. But yeah. You can name cards that are not in their hand. So I'll just attack with Gristlebrand because I probably want to block her. Because I'm probably going to go to 4 here. I think. Let's see. I have 3 Ichrids. Yeah, just draw. There we go. All right. Entomb. Tide Spout. Go to 3. Doesn't really matter. I think. Let's see. I can actually Dark Ritual first because I only have 2 things to bounce anyway. So you go Dark Ritual. Exhume. Get Ashen Rider. Yeah. Get Ashen Rider. Don't cast that. Animate Dead. Get Tide Spout Tyrant. Cast this. Bounce this. This. Bounce this. Sure. And then we have an instant and 3 blockers, so can't lose. All right, now for the sideboard game. They're more often than not, they're playing Leyline, which can make these sideboard games quite difficult. But you want Elishnorn. That's your main creature target. You want all your answers to Leyline. Then you don't need these because they don't have access to Icarids when you have Elishnorn in play. They don't have access to anything. Can't really slow them down, unfortunately, to make room. I think that's it. I don't bring in Coffin Purge. There's too many targets, usually. It's not good enough. Do like that. Therapy's... Thoughtseize isn't very good. Unless they're playing Fairy, and you don't know it. Therapy's pretty good, but also not that good. But pretty good, because you can sack your things and exile their bridges. Alright, let's actually more heavily sideboard for Leyline. We leave in 1 therapy for that reason, because you can entomb for it. I'll just call this skid. Grave Titan's not great, but it can... If they don't have a fast hand, it could win. Basically, Elishnorn just wins. Wow. Has everything we need, except for land. But we need 2 lands, so it's probably not good enough. I feel like rip a land and then loot into a land, but again, probably not good enough. They're pretty quick. Okay. Put that on the bottom. They don't have... Makes me think I maybe should have put that therapy on top. They don't have a Leyline. They might have Silent Gravestone, which just means we need an Exhume or some mana to hardcast Elishnorn. If we draw a land, we can entomb for looting. Might just be doing that anyway. Alright, that's a lot of entombs. I'm going to play out this Petal just in case. I actually really need the mana. What I got? Breakthrough, okay. So we don't have to worry about hate, but we do have to try and kill them quickly, so that means we are going to entomb for looting for sure. Assuming we even get to. Okay, they're playing Leyline. And Gravestone. Okay. We can't exhume for Elishnorn. They only have one therapy. But they have a looting available here. Alright. I'll go ahead and do it. I sometimes, if I have one reanimate spell in my hand, depending on my hand, sometimes I will not respond here. If they have two therapies available and I entomb, then they're only going to name reanimate spells. Well, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, in this situation, you just want to entomb in response in case they name it. But there are situations where you would not entomb in response. Not many. Usually you would entomb in response. But they might have another animate. I mean, another therapy is not that great here. They would have to. They would name Dark Ritual. Excuse me. If they hit. Okay, they did hit. So we're probably losing Dark Ritual. I'm probably losing the game. We should not. I'm not going to respond because they might name Entomb since I have two of them and no Gristlebrand in the graveyard. They might just do that and not realize that really this Dark Ritual is the thing that they need to beat. That they need to name. Also, I can leave this up because then I can animate Dead their Ashen Rider if I draw it. Okay. I think that's all they can do, so I'm going to just F6 now. Name Entomb. Yeah. So if I draw a Reanimate, I win. Because they named Entomb. We drew it. And we drew it, so GG, and they named wrong. Pretty cool. Pretty good. They actually cannot beat this. I haven't seen a Dredgeless that can really beat it. Can't think of anything that would be playable in Dredge that can beat an Elishnorn. Other than somehow hardcasting a bunch of Grave Trolls. That's not going to happen. So they probably take their draw step, I guess. I mean, I don't know what they're looking for. Yeah. Cool. All right, round 4. Down. Let's try and get that 3-2. Try and get that 3-2. Which feels pretty unlucky, to be honest. Like, losing a very good matchup. And by very good, I would say close to 70%. Let's see. Don't laugh at my low thing. Rodrigo is Sharkcaster Mage. Yeah, and I've beat him. The one time he beat me was on Maverick. So he's like one of the better players. Who else? I haven't played against Tom Hep. No. Yeah, I think Rodrigo's the only person I've played against recently. rating is very low after a very bad stream yesterday. Went like 1 win and 5 losses. I got ghosted pretty hard. Felt pretty bad. And I played Modern and got very, very unlucky with Tron. But I'm not very familiar with the format, but I am familiar with mulliganing to 4 with a lands deck because you can't find lands, and getting triple acid mossed and things like that. Definitely made some mistakes and probably should have mulliganed. Some people in chat were telling me like that 1 Tron piece and like 2 or 3 tutors isn't good enough, that you want 2 Tron pieces. So anyway, learning that format a little bit, but I lost pretty hard. I lost pretty hard. I went 1-3, and I went 0-3 in Legacy with L's. But as I said, I was at least one of the losses was getting ghosted pretty hard. 2 people that I that I played were in the chat, which I expected because the leagues had just opened. There were 90 people watching me, which I was very happy with, and 30 people in the stream. I mean, 30 people in the leagues, 90 people in my stream. So obviously, I was playing against people in the stream. But one person definitely ghosted me, and it sucked because it was somebody I respected as a good player. And anyway, something I need to stop talking about. Eric, stop talking. Okay, round 5. Yeah, I'll keep it. It's not great, but it's got a looting. Looting could make this hand very good. Like Chancellor and Unmask is good. Usually, just Chancellor's not that good, but Chancellor and Unmask is pretty good. We do need to hit a land, which we did. Okay, this hand's quite good now. I mean, this is like I don't think Chancellors win that many games on turn 1. They lose a lot more games than you'd want them to lose, that is, in Legacy these days. I'm going to get a basic because I want my land, because I'm going to be trying to win with this Chancellor and these discard spells. They win fewer games than you'd want them to win, really, so I don't like lean on turn 1 Chancellors that much, but if I can double discard, then it's very good. I mean, they just conceded to a Chancellor, which tells me nothing. So I will sideboard blind, but keep in mind that they don't want to play against a Chancellor. Do that. Even one of these 2. Cut one of these, cut one of these. Cut 2 of these. Another one of these. Really just one Chancellor. Try this out. This is basically my blind sideboard plan in the guide. This hand's quite good. You lose to Leyline. Okay. All right. So it's burn. So we're looking for that wear tear. We'll wait to hardcast something before we die. Probably don't win this one. Play this out because of Goblin Guide. We can shuffle away if we don't want it. Alright, shuffle it away. Get the Wear Tear land. Draw Wear Tear. Alright, so then the other thing you can do, I'm playing this out because of Eidolon. The other thing you can do is you can Entomb something you don't want to draw if you don't like the draw step from Goblin Guide. So we are looking for, I mean, we're pretty dead, but we're looking for looting, Lake of the Dead, probably doesn't win, but that's what we're looking for. Mostly Wear Tear. Unmask. Okay, so we have to Entomb here because we're going to be dead. to a bolt. But even if we draw Wear Tear now, we're probably dead. Might just be dead on board, actually. Yeah, we're just dead on board. Actually, we wouldn't be dead on board. We could Wear Tear. This only costs 1, so we can unmask ourselves and get a Grave Titan. All right, let's see if they have any more hate. Two Eidolons. Shocking they didn't cast one of those, but I guess leaving me dead on board is pretty good. But if if I had drawn Wear Tear, we would have won. Like these Eidolons, well, by would have won, I mean we would have had to dodge a bolt for like 3 turns. I guess that's asking a lot. But a Wear Tear is a 1 of. Okay, cut those. Bring that in. Bring in these. We don't even need discard really. Maybe make room for a second Chancellor. Do it like this. Tidespout's kind of good. Actually, bring that in case they have Caracas too. Also stops it from bolting our Gristlebrand if we have to get a Gristlebrand. It's not great, but situationally it could be good. And I could cover against Caracas, which I've seen out of this deck. Okay, well we're playing against Burn, but we're playing against a Leyline deck, so we have our answer. I think we keep it. We have an answer. We have an Animate dead. We have 2 Dark Rituals is not nothing. And if this hits an Eidolon, that's amazing. So like, they're not playing discard, so I'm not even going to play it out until I find the combo or until their pressure is very high. Just play out a fetch land for the Goblin Guide thing. Okay, a lot of spikes beatable. I'm gonna wait. I don't want to use these rituals in case I draw a... Did I leave in Grave Titan? Probably not. No. In case I draw like Lake of the Dead. I guess I will. I will cast one. I don't have much reason to keep it. Unless I draw a 3rd one. I guess we can possibly... Let's think about this. Guess we could hard cast a Gristlebrand if we were careful with our Dark Rituals here. We might lose. We're not finding what we need. I think I need to cast a Serenity. Alright, they don't play discard. I'm just going to unmask. Fire Blast, Flame Rift. They both deal 4 damage. Get rid of that one. Cast the Serenity. They probably don't have Price Progress in their deck. But they don't have the mana for it anyway. We just really need to find an Entomb and we win. Entomb or Looting. Or land Gristlebrand. Okay, so we need a Gristlebrand. I'm going to play this out. Gristlebrand or Entomb. Very soon. That's pretty good. I think we lose. Pretty sure we lose now. 4. What could we draw? No, we're dead. We actually can't win now. I guess. Yeah, I think we're dead to the Fire Blast. Oh boy. Well, that was a rough league. Next card's Gristlebrand. All right. Well, that was a bummer. That was a bummer of a league. It's been kind of the way it's been going the last few days. Beat Miracles. Got incredibly unlucky against Bomberman. Depths. I'm not sure if I would call that incredibly unlucky. A little unlucky to go 0-2. Yeah, it's pretty unlucky that they had the surgical and won game 1. After, I mulled a 5, kept a 12 outer. We won this one. Can't even remember what we played against. And then lost to Burn. Burn's one that, like, that's not like a first time I've lost to Burn. This has happened plenty of times where if they have Leyline, they get to steal game 2. Sometimes. I'm usually sideboarding blind. If I won the die roll, I'm usually sideboarding blind against Burn because they'll concede to anything. I stand by that game 3 keep though. Just drew too many lands. We needed to draw. I mean, we had the answer to Leyline, so keep hands with the answers to Leyline. I guess that's about all there is to really say about it. But anyway, sorry about the technical difficulties, and I hope you enjoyed the league, even though it was a losing league. But I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you would prefer that I don't upload losing leagues, because I'm happy to record a second league because I play them anyway. But as I said, I will upload the first league that I play on the bi-weeklies, unless people say that they don't want to watch leagues where I've lost. Then I will change that. And I won't upload 0-2 drops. Although I don't think I'm going to be 0-2 dropping anymore. Anyway, I hope to see you guys in the stream, and I hope you enjoyed the league despite some technical difficulties and losing. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your support once again. See you next time. Bye.